me now.
It's my homie Mark.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Nikki. This is Sam.
Hi.
Oh my God, that's Paris Hilton. It's Kirsten Dunst. I just think we wanted to be a part of, like, the lifestyle. The lifestyle that everybody kind of wants.
Hey, I can be the answer. I'm ready to dance when the vampire.
Paris Hilton's hosting a party in Vegas tonight.
Where does she live? Do you think we could find a way in?
I don't know.
Come on, let's go to Paris's. I want to
Hey
rock.
guys, Lucas here again for another movie review. Today it is for The Bling Ring, which is the new film that's written and directed by Sofia Coppola and stars Emma Watson and Leslie Mann and a slew of other teenage or 20-year-olds. Sofia Coppola is very hit or miss for me, but I was interested in the concept of the movie because it's a true story about these group of teenagers in LA that were just obsessed with the whole culture and image of celebrity and, you know, like the Paris Hilton type and, you know, the chicks from the hills, those type of celebrities. And they were so obsessed with that lifestyle that they actually robbed them, and some of them on multiple occasions. So they robbed different celebrities' houses and actually got away with it for a while. And this is not a spoiler. They were eventually caught, and this movie is a chronicle about those events. Even though I think Sofia Coppola is a very inconsistent director, I thought that the source material and the idea was cool enough that I think you could do a lot with it. Let me start off with the performances. For the most part, I think the performances are fine. To me, the two standouts were the main kid. I thought he did a really good job, as he's kind of who the story is seen through, and I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was very realistic, and so I know kids kind of like him, or that make decisions like him, and I felt that it was a very realistic portrayal of someone that age, and I could definitely see, and I know people that are kind of like that. Also, Emma Watson is really good as the, I don't know, she's not really any specific part of the Bling Ring. She's not like the leader or anything, but she's definitely a typical LA spoiled teenager, and for someone that's British, I thought that she had a great California accent and she was really good in the movie. Can we talk about Emma Watson for a minute? I know a lot of people have thought she's been very attractive in the past, and I haven't seen a couple of her movies post Harry Potter, but my God, I understand the hype now because she is incredibly sexy and attractive throughout this whole thing. Whenever she is on screen, my jaw was dropped, and I know I sound like a pervert, but I don't care because I wanted to bling her ring.
I can be the answer. I'm ready to dance when the...
Oh yeah, and Leslie Mann was pretty good too, playing Emma Watson's mom. She's very underused and only in the movie for about 5 minutes, but she kind of is the comedic relief, and I thought she was good too. Some of the other performances, especially the main girl that kind of starts this whole thing, the whole robberies, and she's kind of the instigator of the group. Thought she was fine. She was a good antagonist and you didn't like her, but at the same time I felt that the actress that played her was, I guess maybe she was supposed to be, but she got on my nerves, and a lot of the other characters are also kind of forgettable, and I don't remember any of their names at all, because they all just seem very similar. The movie is an hour and a half. I feel like the movie doesn't overstay its welcome at all. I think just right when you think it's going to repeat itself or just go on for too long, it ends. So I think that the movie has a very good sense of pacing. And unfortunately, I really like the message that this movie has, that a lot of people, or today's culture, especially in the teen to early 20 generation, that we are so obsessed with the celebrity culture, and it overtakes what's really important, and why do we care about these people when, you know, all they've done is nothing, and, you know, they're just very talentless, and this whole obsession. And I like that message because I agree with that, but unfortunately I feel that the movie doesn't really take any stance on it or really goes anywhere with it. That's very repetitive, even though I was never bored, and it, like I said, doesn't outstay its welcome. The movie has this formula where they go rob a house, they do some blow or some drugs, party, and then the same thing again. And that's like the whole first, that's like 20 minutes to 50 minutes, like the whole middle part of the movie is that, and it just gets really repetitive after a while, and I can only stand so much of whiny, spoiled teenage girls talking about different types of handbags and purses. Usually I like Sofia Coppola when she doesn't overbear her style, but I feel like this movie could have used that, because this movie has not really any of an arc for the story or for any of the characters. A lot of, like, pretty much all the characters stay the same throughout the movie. There's no progression for them, and I'm fine with that, but they don't really, but at the same time, Sofia Coppola doesn't do anything to, she doesn't really seem interested in these characters, and she doesn't really seem interested in presenting this message in an interesting way. So there just seems to, the whole movie just seems to kind of fall flat, and there's not really any tension throughout it. And when it was all said and done, if they had paid more attention to just actual, tension or an actual real conflict, which I felt was kind of missing, I would have felt like this movie was a lot more interesting, but when it ended, I just felt the movie was as hollow as the culture and the people it was presenting. That being said, it's not a bad movie at all. I was entertained. I just don't think it's a movie that you have to rush out and see in the theater. I think it's a very good rental. It has some good performances. It's an interesting, true story, that's for sure. And it's just really fun to look at Emma Watson in this movie. My God. But besides that, like I said, it's definitely one of Sofia Coppola's better movies. It's just not that great, and it's pretty forgettable all in all. But I also give The Bling Ring 3 stars out of 5. What did you think of the movie? Did you feel that the movie could have done more and should have presented this idea in a more interesting way, or were you fine with it? What did you feel of the performances? Did they get on your nerves, or did you like them? And what's just your whole opinion on this weird celebrity-obsessed culture? I personally can't stand it. But what did you think of the movie? If you like this review, please subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.
I'm a firm believer in karma, and I think this situation is a huge learning lesson for me to grow and expand as a spiritual human being. I want to lead a country one day, for all I know.
Did you speak to any of the victims?
I've spoken to all the victims.
Really? What did Lindsay say?